Hi everyone, I'm Dr. John Douillard, and today I want to talk about ritual. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, they're rituals. Birthdays, going to bed, waking up, making your bed, doing your chores when you're a young kid, going to school, having a regular routine. These are all rituals that have been recently studied. As a matter of fact, in a study in the Journal of Family Psychiatry, they did a review of 50 years of research on rituals, and they found some surprising things. They actually found that people who engage in regular rituals, like sitting down at the dinner table all together, increased marital security and marital satisfaction. Turned out that it actually improved academic achievement for the kids, increased self-worth, and stronger family bonds, right? So all these rituals have been shown, the simple things that we do, but in our culture, we're sort of losing a lot of those rituals, which is why this holiday season is such an important time to remember some of our old rituals. And with COVID, it's sort of even more strange than ever before, where people are trying to have their rituals through a Zoom call or online or through FaceTime or whatever. It's really, really challenging, right? But we know that when you do engage in these rituals, these simple things like your Christmas Eve, movies, watching whether it's A Wonderful Life or The Christmas Story or whatever is your family favorite ritual seasonal movie, do it the very best you can, or at least Zoom afterwards and talk about it or whatever. But it's been shown that the research has shown that those rituals increase immunity, quicker recovery time from colds, people who engage in rituals have better overall health, and they have better weight management. A study at the University of Toronto found that rituals before a stressful event, so if you're going to do something really stressful and you engage in a ritual, it increases your confidence, increases anxiety, and increases your performance. And even if you don't even believe in rituals, the study showed it still works. So you don't even have to believe in your ritual, just do it because your family members have been doing it forever and ever and ever. So just stick with it, do it. It's a really great thing. And the more we can hold on to these rituals this particular season, the better. Rituals can be just waking up, making your bed, lighting candles, reading, journaling, mantras, prayer, praying for others, random acts of kindness, taking a hot bath, so many different things. And studies show that in a field called behavioral epigenetics, they've shown that rituals actually can positively affect your genetic code. But if they're negative rituals and they're bad, right, like drinking or whatever, they can negatively affect your genetic code. So what you do, you become. And getting involved in these positive reinforcing rituals are really important. Ayurveda calls that sattva. Sattva means engaging in behavior that is giving, caring, loving, kind, supporting others as opposed to just yourself. That's sattva in a nutshell. Anything, and this is obviously the season of giving, right? So we all think about how can we give and care for others. And this is the season to do that. And that's a sattvic way of living. And we know, the science shows, that when you do that, epigenetically it has a positive effect. They did one of my favorite studies, and you may have heard me talk about this before, there was a study where people gave gifts either what's called eudaimonically, where I give you a gift, but I don't care if you like it. I give it to you without any attachment or any need for any kind of reward or praise for me giving you this wonderful gift. And then the other group gave the gift hedonistically. It was the same gift, it was a beautiful gift, but it was given with a little bit of hope to get some reward. Do you like it? Did it fit? Was the color just right? I wanted something in return. So the two ways of giving were measured in an epigenetic way, how they affected genetic code. And when I gave with a bit of a hook, where I wanted something in return, I wanted to feel good and get some praise or some reward or a thank you or anything to show that you liked it, because I'm vested in that. It had a negative impact on the genetic code, literally a negative impact on the genetic code. But when they gave it a positive way, where they had nothing, no attachment to the fruits of their actions, no need to get any praise or return investment from that gift giving, just giving because they loved giving, period. It had a positive effect on the genetic code. So when you think about how we engage in the world, giving a gift to get something in return, engaging in behavior to get reward, approval, appreciation from others, you got to know one thing. The one thing is that the people who you're giving it to in a hedonistic way with the attachment to the return on investment, they can tell on a genetic level that you are not sincere. as you could be. But when you're giving in a eudaimotic way, they can also tell. They can tell it's real. They feel safe because you're doing it without a manipulation. You're doing it without a need for a return on investment. You're doing it from the goodness of your heart because you just love giving and you don't need anything. You're like the sun, doesn't get anything, like you don't ship money to it or fuel. It just gives, right? That's in the microcosm of us, sort of who we are. And it's what actually fills us up ultimately. And we know that. Science tells us that when you do give in that way, not only does you have an epigenetic positive effect on genetic code, but it also has been shown to increase oxytocin, the longevity hormone. It lengthens your telomeres in your brain, which are also linked to longevity and lack of stress. It actually changes your microbiome in a positive way. So you have better bugs in your gut when you give without the hook, right? So the science is in with regard to how we give. So when you give and think about this Christmas season, think about giving in a eudaimotic way. I've written an article about that. You can type in hedonistic, might be easier. I can't hardly spell eudaimotic either. I have to always look it up. It's E-A-U-D-O-M-I-N-C, I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, lots of really cool studies. When you just sit down and have family dinners together, studies show that it increases the body's weight and their BMI. Eating slow and being mindful has been shown to decrease blood sugar, regulate healthy, stable blood sugar, decrease cravings, stop people from overeating, and of course reduce obesity. Simple things like that, taking time, right? And one big Harvard study that came out, they had people eating chocolate or carrots, and they had a ritual involved. One was just like pounding the table 5 times. One was like eating half the chocolate, put it down, then have the other chocolate. And they did this stuff, and they found that people who actually did these rituals versus who didn't, they found that they had way more satisfaction from the meal, from the chocolate or the carrot. They had significantly, they said it tastes better, and they actually said they were willing, I don't know how they measured this, I can't remember the exact details of the study, but they actually said they would pay more for the chocolate if they had it in that way. And this was a Harvard study, it was pretty cool, and it's all in the article that I wrote. You can look at the citation there as well. At lifespa.com, it's an article on rituals, and type that in, and hopefully you like that. Hopefully you realize what this season is really all about, and do the best you can to love, give, care for others without, being attached to the fruits of your action. That's a Vedic saying 101. All right, guys, have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Please enjoy, be safe, and we'll talk to you next year. Thank you. Do you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.